What's up, guys? Welcome back to PBL. This is our Season 7 Week 8 video. We're not doing too flash at the moment. We're sitting in 16th with 2 and 5 minus 12. But considering the top 10 make playoffs, but considering it's really close and the differential isn't that high, there's actually a solid chance that we can come back. But we need to win all of our games from now on to have a chance. So this is our first shot at it. This week we're taking on the Brussels Burmy and Coach Terra, who was actually the Season 5 champion, I believe. He won PBL in the first season that I played. I'd also just like to say I will not be returning for PBL Season 8. After this season, I'm done with the league. There's been a lot of conflict inside and outside the league. Also a lot of beef between PBL and EDL. Ultimately, I don't enjoy what PBL has become. I've struggled to find motivation to build for PBL and even to record this team builder. This video, I was sitting on it for about 10 minutes. I was just thinking, I gotta do it. I gotta finish off the season. I can't just stop, you know. So here I am with the video, but I'm just letting you guys know that I will no longer be taking part in PBL. Instead, some of the guys from PBL and I have all migrated across to another server called the Oasis League. So the Oasis League is pretty much going to be the next competitive thing that'll take PBL's place in my group of leagues that I really try hard in and I'm competitive in. I'm either gonna do videos for the Oasis League or TBA season 4, but it really all depends on timing. I might do both. I might leave out EDL, but I really gotta see what's going on there. But after PBL Season 7 is over, I will be starting. We'll be starting week 1 in the Oasis League. We're currently drafting right now. So by the time PBL is over, we are set to go. Because a lot of us are still in PBL, so we've agreed that we will draft, but once PBL is over, we'll start. In that case, I probably won't go straight into recording videos for the Oasis League. I might be like 1 or 2 weeks behind, but this is essentially what's going on. I thought I'd just let you guys know what's going on with me, what's going on with PBL. Without going too much into it, I have my own opinion, so I'll just generalize it. But essentially, PBL isn't really it's not really an enjoyable place for me anymore, and a lot of other people share my opinion, so we're leaving. That's essentially what it is, and I won't be coming back for PBL Season 8. That being said, I still have 3 weeks worth of PBL to get done. So let's take a look at the matchup for this battle. We are facing off against the Salamence. Salamence is a really powerful dragon and flying type. Really strong really strong offensive, very mixed as well. With a solid base 100 speed, it gets stuff like Dragon Dance and gets a lot of coverage on both the physical and special side. Really not sure what this thing's going to be. It can also be defensive with its ability Intimidate, which drops the opponent's attack stat upon entry. It also gets Moxie, which is great for cleaning up because you get a attack boost every time you get a kill. He's also got a Silvally, which is base 95 stats across the board, and the ability RKS system. Essentially, if you give it any kind of memory, it becomes the type of that memory. So Silvally can essentially be any type. It gets a ridiculous amount of coverage, as well as momentum with Parting Shot and Defog for hazard removal. It gets a bunch of other utility as well, such as Tailwind. So this thing can really be anything. He's got a Jolteon, which is a really fast electric type. Base 110 special attack, hits really, really hard. Also outspeeds my team and most other teams. Also typically it can be run with Volt Absorb, but he's been running Flame Orb Quick Feet quite a lot of times. Quick Feet increases speed or double speed when it's statused. That way Jolteon can essentially outspeed pretty much everything. And makes it really hard to revenge kill because you can't outspeed it. He's got a Salazzle, which is another really powerful special attacker on his team. It's a fire poison type with a really powerful, with a really strong special attack stat and really good speed. Sludge Wave, Flamethrower. It's a really great offensive typing. offensive dual stab. But it also gets the ability Corrosion, so it can use Toxic on poison types and steel types and have them hit. So it can Toxic my Melmetal, or it can Toxic my Nidoking, and they still get poisoned. So a substitute Black Sludge Toxic Protect, that is a legit set, and it definitely could come. This week. He's got a Scrafty, which is an exceptionally bulky Dark and Fighting type that also gets a lot of setup. So it gets the Intimidate ability similar to Salamence. It also gets Moxie like Salamence, so it can set up a few Dragon Dances, which it does get, or bulk up, something like that, and then go to town on a team and really bust through it. Scrafty can be really hard to break down, but it doesn't have reliable recovery aside from Rest Talk, although that is more reliable on it than usual, considering it gets Shed Skin, which I think can remove status on the Pokemon. So we can rest and then Shed Skin, and the sleep will go right away. He's got a Claydol, which is another really bulky ground and psychic type. It gets rocks, gets rapid spin, gets dual screens, and gets a fair amount of coverage as well. Really annoying Pokemon. He's got Mega Banette, which is a really powerful ghost type with a whopping 165 attack stat. It also gets Prankster, which prioritizes status moves, particularly stuff like Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond, Pain Split, which is typically what this thing runs. He's got an Azumarill, which is a really powerful water fairy type with the ability Huge Power, which doubles its attack stat. It's really bulky and is typically run either Banded or Belly Drum. Although it does actually get Whirlpool, so you can run a trapping set, which is definitely something to watch out for. But Banded and Belly Drum are the most used sets and the most likely ones it'll bring, and both of them do quite a number to my team. He's got a Ferrothorn, which I faced off quite a number of times before. It's a really bulky grass and steel type Pokemon, 4 times weak to fire, but it's got insane defenses. Comes in on a lot of things, especially with Iron Barbs, which means that any contact moves that hit it get, if a Pokemon hits it with a contact move, it takes a bit of damage back, is what I'm trying to say. It gets dual hazards with spikes and rocks. Also Leech Seed for recovery, considering since it doesn't get synthesis. Gets Thunder Wave as well to paralyze things, and also gets Power Whip and Gyro Ball as its dual stab. So also knock off too, to remove any items. He's got an Orbeetle, which is his web setter. I don't think it'll show up though. Really bulky bug and psychic Pokemon, pretty fast as well. Typically runs Recover, Webs, Psychic, Psy Shock, something like that. Baton Pass for momentum. It also gets also a weakness policy set isn't unheard of. Agility weakness policy can really put in work against teams with stored power, which is definitely something to watch out for. And last but not least, Diggersby, which is another huge power mon, really scary. Really fast as well. Normal ground is a great offensive dual typing. Hits a lot of things, and it really hits my team hard. It gets a fair bit of coverage as well, and also gets set up with Swords Dance and Agility, which we really can't afford to let him set up. Looking at the type matchup, he's got a few common weaknesses like Ice, Ghost, and Dark, none of which he has really that many answers to. He also only has one flying resist, which is Jolteon, which is another thing to note, but we don't really have anything that can abuse that too much, except for Zapdos. So with that being said, let's have a look at the team. Look at what we're bringing. So first up, we're bringing Zapdos with the Rocky Helmet and Static, Roost, Thunderbolt, HP, Ice, and Heat Wave. I want to run Defog, but unfortunately I just can't find the space for it, so we really can't let Ferrothorn set up hazards. At least it definitely can't set up for free on any of my Pokemon unless I'm choice locked. This thing comes in on Azumarill and Diggersby 100% of the time, hits them back with Rocky Helmet Chip, outspeeds with 12 speed, it outspeeds Salamence and any defensive Pokemon, maybe Silvally or Orbeetle that's trying to speed creep it. Also rest and special attacks, so we can hit back hard with Thunderbolt, HP, Ice, or Heat Wave. We need all 3 coverage moves just to really hit back on his team, and Roost for recovery, obviously. Next up we got EMIRATES, Roost, Mystical Fire, and Dual Stab, Pulse, and Psychic. A lot of speed to outspeed, I believe it's the Salamence, and we are running max special attack and the rest in HP. This thing really dents his team. Unfortunately, it can't really do much to Scrafty, But everything else, it can really put the work in against. It also can live a +4 Aquajet from Azumarill, in case he does set up, which is definitely very good. We don't want to let that thing sweep us. And it can 2-shot back with Psychic. Excuse me. Next up, we're bringing Life Orb Greninja, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Gunk Shot, HP Fire. We're running Life Orb Hydro because that 2-hit KOs the Orbeetle. Considering we're not running Dark Pulse because we need these 4 moves. Gunk Shot coverage is to hit the Azumarill, considering we don't really have any other way to do that. HP Fire is for Ferrothorn. Dual Stab pretty much hits everything else on his team though. Outspeeds everything that isn't a Jolteon or a Choice Scarf, or something that's like Salamence at +1. But this thing can really put in the work. That is supposed to. I want that to be 31. I want that to be 31, and I want that to be 31. I don't know why they were down. I just got to check that all of the IVs are 31. Okay, that was a bit weird. But this thing can really put in a lot of work with its Hydro and its coverage. So hopefully we can do quite a number with Greninja. Next up, we're bringing the Haka, our Choice Scarf Passimian, Close Combat, Rock Slide, Seed Bomb, U-Turn. Close Combat really does a lot of work to him. He also has a number of Intimidate Pokemon as well as Webs. So we can definitely abuse our Defiant ability if he brings that. If we get to +1 or +2, he doesn't really have a Close Combat switch in, except for maybe Mega Banette. But we do, we're not really running Knockoff to hit it, but we are running Rock Slide and Seed Bomb as coverage moves to hit Azumarill, Claydol, anything that may switch into it. Also U-Turn for momentum to keep that momentum going. If he does bring Banette, we'll probably click U-Turn more often than not until it's gone, in which case we'll click Close Combat. Next up, we're bringing Bondi Rescue, the Magmortar with the Pasho Berry and Flame Body, Flamethrower, T-Bolt, HP Ice and Willow. We're running enough speed to outspeed, what are we outspeeding again? I think it's defensive Orbeetle or defensive Silvally, something like that. Let me just see, 281, what are we at? What's 280? Yeah, max speed Diggersby actually. We got enough speed to outspeed max speed Diggersby. So if it's banded Diggersby or if he's set up, then we can outspeed it. We can Will-O-Wisp it. We're also running Pasho Berry, so we can take a banded Aqua Jet from Azumarill, and then we can either burn it back or kill it with Thunderbolt, whichever one works best. Last but not least, we are bringing Fuck Whitney, the Miltank with leftovers, Stealth Rock, Heal Bell, Milk Drink, Body Slam. Pretty standard stuff, very special defensive set. This thing is our Jolteon and Salazzle switch in. Those are really his only 2 special offensive threats. It also can come in on the Mega Banette, which is really nice, but this is our special defensive wall for the game. Stealth Rocks and Heal Bell to keep the team healthy, Milk Drink for recovery, obviously, and Body Slam just for general damage. I'd run Seismic Toss, but neither of them can hit Mega Banette, so it doesn't really matter. This thing, I know I just said that this thing is kind of a Mega Banette switch in, but it's really not. This thing comes in on Jolteon and Salazzle, maybe Claydol, any special threats he may have, and we can set up rocks, heal ourselves back up, and Body Slam. So pretty standard stuff. So this is the team that we are rocking with for our Week 8 battle against Terabyte, the Season 5 champion. And I will see you guys in just a few moments.
Welcome back, guys, to our PBL Season 7 Week 8 battle against Terra. Just setting the challenge now. Sorry if I'm not playing the best or sounding the best. I've just woken up feeling really shitty this morning, so this probably won't be my best work ever, but considering I've lost motivation for this league, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright, just pinging live battles, and we're good to go. So he's brought the Scrafty, Salazzle, Claydol, Ferrothorn, Silvally, and Salamence. It looks to me like he's going to try and sweep with Salazzle. That's sort of the game plan here. So let's try and stop that as best as we can. He didn't bring the Azumarill or the Diggersby, which is fantastic for me, considering I was really terrified of both of them. I'm not quite sure what he'll lead with. Probably the Ferrothorn or I feel like he's going to lead the Ferrothorn or maybe Silvally. I think I'm going to lead Bondi Rescue. If he does lead Ferrothorn, I can't let him set up hazards because we don't have defog. So I'm going to make sure that I put the pressure on him early and he doesn't set up. Okay, so he just led with the Scrafty, that's fine. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp and burn it because I don't want this thing to set up in my face. So that's what I'm going to go for immediately. He can knock me off, that's fine. I don't need my Pasha Berry, considering he didn't bring the Azumarill. So I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp and go for the burn. If we can, because he's Intimidate and not Shed Skin, so if we can really cripple this thing, that'll be fantastic. Okay, so he just switches into Silvally. We miss the burn. Oh my god. Yep, that's, that sounds about right. So against this thing, I'm not quite sure what I do. I think I'll just go into Miltank. Okay, so multi-attack, that, okay, we lived that pretty well. Let's set up our rocks. Or we can probably, no, we'll set up our rocks. Okay, so we just goes for the parting shot, probably back into Ferrothorn. Okay, no, he goes back into Scrafty. Okay, so we get our rocks up. Now we can probably go into Zapdos. We can really punish this thing with the Rocky Helmet if he tries to attack us. But we've got our rocks up, which is pretty good. Okay, he goes for the Toxic. That's fine. Now I think I can just Thunderbolt. There's no reason why I can't. What's his Zapdos switch in? Probably the Silvally. I'm just going to Thunderbolt. Okay, so he goes into Claydol. Good play. Against Claydol, I think I'm just going to go Hard Greninja. Rapid Spin. Okay, so he gets the speed boost. I'm just going to go for the Power Play for the Hydro Pump. He doesn't really have a switch in to this. If he goes into Salamence, it could be Scarfed, but Ferrothorn will die to a Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power Fire after the Hydro. He definitely could be Scarfmance, but because that Scrafty has Toxic, I really don't think it's going to be the setup sweeper. So it could be Salamence that goes for the sweep. Okay, so we just blast that thing back as he sets up his own rocks. I think I'm going to go for the Ice Beam now. Okay, that sucks that he got his own rocks up. That's actually really annoying. I was really hoping that sucks. That really sucks. Oh well. So what's on his Ferrothorn? Okay, so let's calc this damage. So that did 29%. Greninja to Ferrothorn. Ice Beam did 29%. So he's probably physically defensive. So he's now on 77%. So HP Fire should kill, or could kill. It's a good chance to kill, so we're just going to go for it. Oh, he barely hangs on. Was that a low roll? God damn it. I spelt that wrong, but whatever. Anyways, we eventually get the kill on it. Oh, that sucks. We got the low roll. That's so annoying. Alright, in comes the Salamence. Considering we're paralyzed now, we don't really have that much utility, so I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. Yeah, we just can't let it set up in our face. So, now I think what I do is I go into... Okay, if I go into Zapdos and assume that Salamence is Choice Scarf, what is it doing to me with the Dragon Claw at +1, 56%. So, well, yeah, we should be fine. So we take it. I'm pretty sure we take a Dragon Claw. Oh, he's Life Orb. I didn't calc for that. I didn't calc for life orb. Oh shit, we're in trouble here. I think I gotta go. Shit, I didn't see the life orb. I think I'll let Whitney go down. Oh no, he just switches. Okay, that's fine. I can go for a heal bell actually. Oh, I forgot I had heal bell. I could have just. I'm really not switched on. I don't know why I went for the heal bell there when I needed to heal up with I'm really not switched on. Now I think I go into Persimmon. Okay, so we take that pretty well. Now I think I'll just go for close combat. He doesn't really have a switch in, except for maybe Claydol or Salazzle. So I'm going to go for the Rock Slide. I think he just hard switches. I think he hard switches into Salazzle or Salamence on the close combat. Or Claydol. Yeah, so there's the Claydol. And this doesn't kill now. My god. I'm really not switched on. I can probably go back into Zapdos. No, I gotta go back into Miltank and try and heal up Miltank. That's annoying. Oh, Earth Power. Okay. I'm going to Latios now. Jeez, I'm really, really not switched on. Latios can really put in some work here though. Let's go for the Dragon Pulse. This really isn't my best work, I'll be honest. I could have really used Greninja around. But that thing's Life Orb, so it's Life Orb Mence, which means that if Latios can Revenge Kill it if it doesn't get up a Dragon Dance. That thing is probably Dragon Dance. Okay, so we take Claydol down and then comes the Scrafty. I think we go into Magmortar. So let's go into Magmortar. Okay, he knocks off. We get the Flame Body Burn. That's massive. That's really good. I think we go for. I think we could just double out into Persimmon on the switch into Silvally. That could be a play. That could definitely be a play. So I think we'll do that. Yeah, we'll double into Persimmon on the Silvally switch. Alright, he just goes for the Toxic. That's fine too. We can go for a U-turn now, because he definitely doesn't stay in. If this thing goes down, he's got nothing for Latios. There's no way he stays in. There's no way he stays in. No way. If he does stay in, we'll probably just let Magmortar go down, to be honest. Then we can go into Zapdos and heal up. Probably. That could be the play. Jeez, I've really played this poorly, haven't I? Really shouldn't have let Greninja go down. I clean forgot I had Heal Bell on Miltank. I could have just gotten rid of the paralysis and... I forgot how he... Oh yeah, he's got Thunder Wave on it. Okay. So we stayed in. So we can just let... Yeah, we'll just let him go down. How much did that do? How much did U-turn do? So... Persimmon onto probably defensive Scrafty. U-turn did about 17%. Yep. So he's max HP, probably physical defense. Yeah, that probably just was a high roll. So close combat now should kill. It's a roll. I think I'm going to go in a Zapdos. I'm going to roost up. If he Toxics me, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, he misses the Toxic. That's good. I can now go for a Thunderbolt for damage. That's good damage. Okay. I think I'll just Thunderbolt again, to be honest. Okay, and we knock it out with Rocky Helmet. Okay, that's good. Now what does he do? He goes into Silvally. We've run a bit of speed to make sure that he can't outspeed us. So I think I'm going to go damage to put it in range for Latios. Yeah, so I'm going to put it in range for Latios. Oh no, he outspeeds. Okay. But he takes Rocky Helmet Chip, so he's an offensive. He's offensive. So against Silvally, Rock, how much are we doing? Psychic's doing 57 to 63 to 84. So if we can get it in range with Persimmon, we'll be in great shape. So I'm gonna go Persimmon. How much is Rock Slide doing to it with Persimmon? So we need to put it in about 50-60%. Rock Slide's doing about 25%. So that's alright. That's not too bad. And because we resist the hit. Yeah. Okay, so we can definitely put it in range this turn. So we'll go for the Rock Slide to put it in range for Latios to come in and clean up. Because this thing isn't scarfed. Oh, crit. Nice. Helpful, but unimportant. Okay, now I can go for a Psychic. Okay, we knocked that thing out. That thing is... Okay, so that thing is not scarfed. If Salazzle is scarfed, it can't really touch me. So I think we're in good shape. Oh, if Salazzle is Specs, we should still be in good shape. I think we're all right. I think we've come out the other side, but it's not over till it's over. How much are we doing to Salamence with Latios? Dragon Pulse kills, and it should kill Salazzle too with Psychic. So Dragon Pulse should kill the Salamence because it's clearly offensive. He could be running bulk, but he needs a lot of bulk to live this hit, and he's already taken a bit of chip. Unfortunately, though, I think he kills us back with Dragon Claw, so if it doesn't kill, that's the end of the game. Yeah. How much are we doing to Salazzle? Okay, Salazzle wouldn't be running that much bulk, and Psychic kills twice. So I think we're in the clear. I think we might be in the clear. I really don't know what he does. Okay, so he goes into Salamence. Let's click Dragon Pulse. Okay, so it just kills. Awesome, awesome. One left. Salazzle, Psychic. Sludge Wave, doesn't kill. We get the crit didn't matter. And we win the game. Awesome. So we played like absolute shit, but still managed to come out on top. So maybe he's just given up as well. But that was a really close game. I played super poorly. I'm just dropping the replay in the server. We played super poorly, particularly early with Greninja. If I remembered that Miltank could Heal Bell, then I wouldn't have let Greninja go down. I would have got into Miltank, used Heal Bell, let Greninja come back and put in some more work. But we ended up on top anyway, which is great. It's definitely a big win that we needed. There to try and get back on our feet. Hopefully that pushes us up a bit in the standings, but ultimately it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Pokemon related content, and I will see you guys in the next video. See yous.